This is Zach Faremouth, and you're listening to Off the Ice.
Welcome everyone to Off the Ice, a Ferris Athletics podcast in partnership with Ferris State Hockey and Sunny 97.3. Thanks to those of you who tune in for the early releases of Off the Ice Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. exclusively on Sunny 97.3, and of course to those of you who listen on Spotify and now watch on YouTube as well. I'm your host and voice of Bulldog Hockey, Brody Kaiser. You can follow me on Instagram at Brody Kaiser and Twitter at Kaiser Brody. I'm joined by my co-host and Ferris Hockey social media coordinator, Beth McKinney. You can follow her on Instagram at BethanyMM17. Today is March 12, and this is episode 25 of Off the Ice. To listen to any of our previous episodes, check out and follow Ferris Athletics on Spotify and on YouTube. Follow us at Ferris Hockey on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok to stay up to date on all things Bulldog Hockey and to never miss an episode of Off the Ice. Without further ado, it's time now to take you off the ice with Zach Faremouth. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Off the Ice. Brody Kaiser and Beth McKinney with you as always. And on today's episode, we are joined by Ferris State Hockey junior forward number 25, Zach Faremouth. Zach, thanks so much for being on the show with us today.
Yep, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So we always start these episodes by talking a little bit about hockey before we take you fully off the ice. So go ahead and, of course, the season now is over after those losses last week to Bemidji, but just tell us a little bit about what this season was like for you and maybe especially down the stretch where you really got the offense going for this team.
Yeah, I think at the beginning of the year, I thought I was playing good hockey. I just wasn't, I guess, necessarily showing up on the score sheet, but, down the stretch here towards the end of the season, I started putting up some points and started doing pretty well. So I thought I was pretty happy with the way the season, for me, towards the end happened. I know obviously we lost the playoffs, but I was giving me some encouragement going into next season.
Absolutely. So what's it like when you're playing along different line mates almost every week? Because there's a lot of guys that come in and out of the lineup, whether it be to injury or performance related, whatever, but you played with Emerson Good and Jacob Dirks for a lot of the year. But of course you played with guys like Connor McGrath, Nick Nardicia, basically all over the place. Is that something that you find difficult as a center?
You have to learn it to adapt as a center, playing with different guys at all times. You're never going to be playing with the same guys the whole year. So you always got to constantly, adapt to new players, new play styles. And I think it's good. And I think it's healthy as a player to develop like that. So,
yeah, for sure. So now that the season is over in terms of the regular season games, of course, you guys are still going to be skating and doing some training here and there. But what's your main focus going into this off season?
My main focus, going into this off season, I want to work on definitely getting more speed, going on the year, getting more faster, obviously getting stronger. I need to kind of unwind after the season a little bit now, just because, I just got to let my body heal a little bit.
Right.
And, towards middle of summer, I want to gear it up. I want to be ready coming in next year, and I want to be ready to play. So.
Should be pretty high hopes, I'm sure, for the Bulldogs. You guys got to be feeling good with where the program is at right now. A lot of young talent, guys that played very, very well. And, of course, for you, you'll be a senior next year.
Correct, yeah. So we do have a lot of young talent coming back next year. And, I got high hopes for the team. So this is going to be my last year next year. And, we better do something.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so we'll wrap the hockey talk up and go move off the ice. So, Beth, take it away.
All right. So like Brady said, now we're going to go away from hockey, get to know you as a person. So let's just start off with what are some hobbies that you have away from the rink?
Away from the rink, I'm a big golfer. I like to golf. I also have a big I play video games quite a bit, and I play with my buddies from back home. I live on a lake, so I like to go on the lake, go fishing, go tubing. I got a boat and all that. So those are kind of some of the things that I'd like to do during the summer, and kind of hang out with my buddies and my friends. So
a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
a lot of variety.
Yeah.
Are you a pretty big outdoor guy outside of being on the water? Do you like to hunt or fish?
I don't hunt very much. I do fish quite a bit, but I don't hunt very much at all. I'm not a big hunter, not from a hunting family or anything like that. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm a bit. I guess I do enjoy the outdoors. I'm not saying that, but I do. just kind of like to be on the water rather than in the woods.
Sure.
Or something like that. So
Sure.
That's fair.
What's your favorite water sport?
I was gonna ask that
favorite
too.
water sport.
You big into skiing or tubing, one or the other?
Yeah, I'm big into tubing. For
Okay.
sure. I'm big into tubing. I'm big into wakeboarding.
Sure.
I do wakeboarding quite a bit at my buddy's cottage. So those are probably the two right now, I'd say.
Now, do you do those behind a boat or a jet ski or both?
I have behind a jet ski. We've actually had a jet ski before. We sold it, unfortunately. But when I go to my buddy's cottage, he has a boat over there. So I usually go on the boat, on the water. So
Yeah, jet skis are so fun.
they are.
I
Jet
love
skis
jet
are
skis.
terrifying.
Yeah.
You think they're terrifying?
I rode one in the ocean, and
Ooh,
it
the
was
ocean, yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah.
No, they're actually pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie.
They're a blast. I love jet skis. I don't think I've ever been jet skiing on the ocean though, so maybe that would be a little scarier with the bigger
A
waves.
little
But
different, yeah.
on a
I'm
lake,
sure it is different in a lake. I bet it would be more fun in a lake.
Yeah, definitely. You don't have to worry about like getting eaten or whatever.
yeah, there's no sharks in the lake.
Yeah, exactly.
You said you were into video games. What video games are you into?
I play a lot of like Call of Duty, a lot of 2K. I play some Madden as well. Big like sports games, kind of like first person shooter games, stuff like that. So just kind of like something to unwind like after the day, just
Yeah.
just to, like kind of get my mind off things. So that's kind of what I like to do.
NHL?
Yeah, I do play NHL a little bit here and there. We'll have some of my teammates come over to where we live at in Elkwood, and we'll all just like be sitting in the living room playing like 2K and playing like Madden and stuff like that. So no, it's been fun for sure.
Do you guys you sit down and have like tournaments in Madden or 2K?
Yeah, they definitely get into shell tournaments for sure. A lot of our team is really big into NHL 24. So yeah, I've heard the game's like really hard now. So I mean, I haven't played it really too much, but I'm personally more into like Madden and 2K, obviously all that stuff. But I mean, I play it still here and there a little bit. But yeah.
Sure.
So we know that some of your teammates are very serious about watching Survivor and The Bachelor. Are you a part of that group?
I was like, so I did watch The Bachelor quite a bit last year. I haven't watched too much of this season, but I did. I'm a big Survivor fan. I actually signed up.
No way.
I tried to go on Survivor.
Really?
Yeah. I actually sent like an email to the whole cast, and I tried to do it one summer, but I guess I never got picked.
Wait, when was that?
This is like a year and a half ago.
Oh
2
my
years ago.
gosh.
Yeah.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is amazing. We were just talking with Logan Stein over the weekend, and he was like, I'm for sure signing up for Survivor once,
Oh,
like later down the road.
It'd be awesome. Like I feel like I could go on there, and I've watched like all the seasons all the way through, 30 something, and seeing like all the guys that have won it and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, it's just like I could do that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I could go on there and I can kind of compete. I just like to compete. You know what I mean? So
I feel like the competitiveness that you guys all have would actually like set you up for so much success
yeah.
going on there.
But in terms of like the relationship part of the game, that's kind of a
That's
bit different.
different,
You got to
yeah.
be able to trust people that you've never, obviously
Right.
seen before, met before. So I mean, it's a little bit different, but
Yeah.
that'd be more challenging than the actual challenges, I feel like, in my opinion. Yeah.
I think you're right.
Just connecting with people that you
Trust
never
people.
met before.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think playing on Survivor, going on Survivor for you would be really interesting because that your style of hockey is very physical, very aggressive. You like to be sort of that enforcer type where you're just totally enforcing your will at all times. So I'd actually love to watch you on Survivor. I think that would be awesome.
I try to be, definitely leader of the camp.
Yep.
If I could, for sure. Yeah.
I think it would also be really funny because you're generally a quiet guy.
Yeah.
So it would be kind of like interesting to
Different,
see how you'd be in the social situations because that's a huge part of the game of Survivor too.
Yeah, you got to kind of, in a way, lie to a lot of people. I mean, not gonna lie, you got to kind of lie. You lie your way through the game as much as you can to try to get it to the end. So I mean, I feel like I could be pretty good at that, but I mean, I don't know. Well, if I ever go on the show, we'll see, I guess.
You're going to keep submitting your application though?
I'm going to try, yeah. I mean,
We'll send this episode to the Survivor cast.
Yeah, that's
please
right.
do, actually, I'll do it one time. If they want me on, I'll do it. So.
That would be so cool if you actually got on that show. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
That would be cool.
Are you a big TV guy outside of watching Survivor?
Yeah, I do watch quite a bit of movies. I do like watching movies. I like watching like series. Like I watch series on Netflix all the time. stuff like that. So it's kind of like more of like an unwind thing. Same thing as like video games, like at the end of the day. So yeah.
What's your favorite type of show to watch? Is there a genre that you like? Sitcoms, action shows? What's your favorite type of show?
I like action and like mystery, kind of like
mystery.
Mystery shows, kind of a little bit. I've been watching a lot of like like murder mysteries and stuff like that too, which is kind of like interesting. But I kind of like looking into that stuff. So yeah,
definitely. And movies, same thing.
Yeah, movies about the same thing. I like different kind of movies too, like Transformer series, like all that stuff. I like a lot of action movies, comedy movies. I do like comedy movies quite a bit, but no, like the drama, rom-com.
Not a rom-com guy?
Nah, I mean, not huge. Not huge, but I mean, more of the action part.
Sure.
More action comedy, I'd say that, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
What type of comedy, if you're just to sit down and watch a plain comedy movie, what type of comedy do you like? More of the Adam Sandler type of comedy, or is there a specific type of comedy that you don't really enjoy watching?
Yeah, Adam Sandler would be kind of like the comedy movies.
Okay.
More type of that. I used to watch like SNL. I know it's not really like a movie, but SNL clips like all the time. Like Chris Farley and stuff like that, like back then. So I'm a big like, I guess, comedy fan, but also, like I said, action fan.
Sure.
So you like the goofy comedies?
I like the goofy comedies. Yeah, I'll say that. Yeah.
The stupid laughing type of
the
comedies.
Stupid, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Those are good. All right, Beth, let's get him a hard question.
Okay. What's one thing that you try to live by each day?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That's a good question.
Thank you.
Try to live by each day.
Thought of it myself.
Well done.
I would say I think I try to live by each day is, I don't know. I try to go into every day optimistic, and I try to get better in something every single day. And I think that eventually doing those little things every single day will give me a good outcome at the end of it,
Yeah.
So, that's a great answer.
It's like always trying to grow, become
always
a better person.
Exactly. Yeah.
So much in life can be easy to get down on yourself, especially as an athlete. You're dealing with so many things. You got school, you got sports, you got teammates, you got friends, you got family. But then, if the punches start getting thrown, it's that you got to have that positive mindset. So I like that answer a lot. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
So you're from Jackson, right?
Correct.
Is that where you're originally from, or did you move to Michigan after living somewhere else?
So I was born in Mount Clemens.
Okay.
And I was born there. I only stayed there, I think, like 6 months. And then we moved to Jackson. And then I've been there ever since for my whole life. So, yeah.
When did you move away for juniors? How old were you?
I was 17 years old. My first year in juniors, I played for I went to Muskegon's, camp or whatever first. And then I went to Shreveport after that. And then played for them for a little bit, got traded to New Jersey in the NAHL. And then the following year I went to Fargo, played for Fargo for a year and a half. And then I went to Cedar Rapids for half the year until COVID hit. And then the year after I played for Des Moines, the USHL.
So all over the place.
All over the place.
How did I not know that you played in 2 places in Iowa?
Yeah, no, there's a lot of teams actually.
There are,
Iowa.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I see the Rough Riders jacket you got on.
Yep.
The sweatshirt you got on.
Yep.
Was that a peak moment of your junior career? Did you really like that team, or did you just keep the apparel?
I did. I really did like Cedar Rapids. I like the coach there. Still talk here and there, Mark Carlson. But, it was a good place for me. I was only there for a couple months, but, that place was one of the better junior experiences I've had for sure. Yeah.
Did you like Cedar Rapids or Des Moines better? Like not for hockey, but just living?
I would say Des Moines like a bigger city, bigger city than Cedar Rapids. There's a lot more to do.
Mm-hmm.
But Cedar Rapids, in terms of like, I don't know, team culture and stuff like that was maybe a little bit, better, but I don't know, it's my opinion. So, I mean, I don't know, but I mean, like living in Des Moines was better. I didn't have billets in Des Moines. I lived by myself. So
really,
it was different. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So talk about that, because I feel like that's pretty unique. We haven't heard anyone at least say that they haven't had a billet family.
Right.
Yeah, so my last year in Des Moines, it was my age out year, and it was like the COVID year, the year after COVID. So they didn't have like, if you didn't want to live with like billets and stuff like that, you didn't have to because of the whole, you don't want to get sick and all that stuff. So they let me actually get an apartment over there, like kind of next to the rink. And so I got to live there, and which was fun. It was cool. It was just like a lot of the time I was by myself and stuff like that. But it was different for sure. Yeah, I wasn't used to it.
Yeah.
My first, 3 years of juniors. So doing that was pretty interesting for sure.
Did you like living by yourself better, or did you like living with other people better?
I did like the fact that like I kind of didn't have anybody to listen. You know what I mean? I kind of could do my own thing. But in terms of like being with the team all the time, because like a lot of the kids on my team live together in the same billets, and they were always around each other and stuff like that. So that was a little bit hard, like not seeing them as much. But I did see them at the rink every day and stuff like that. But it was just like a new thing, and I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it, but I mean it was just a different experience for sure. Yeah.
Do you think that living on your own at a younger age compared to a lot of guys that play in juniors and then go to college helped you make the transition into moving on your own to Ferris? I mean, obviously you still live with your teammates, but do you think that living on your own at a younger age kind of helped you make that transition?
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, I kind of learned how to make my own meals, do my own daily, chores, do all my own stuff. I don't have anybody do that stuff for me. So it was definitely like good for me to grow up a little bit, back then coming into college for sure. So
definitely. Okay. How close are you to your family?
Really close. I talk to them every day. Yeah. Really.
Siblings?
Yeah. I have one brother and one sister.
Okay.
Both older than me.
So you're the youngie.
I am the youngest.
Yep. Nice.
Yep. My sister's 30. My brother's 27. I'm 24.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what, all 3 years apart then?
About 3.5 years, yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And you talk to them every day too?
I do, yeah. I play Xbox quite a bit with my brother and stuff like that every night. I talk to my sister here and there. She just bought a house back in Jackson. So when I go back, for the summer, I'll see it and everything like that. So it's cool.
Yeah, that's got to be kind of nice too, that you're not super far away from your family. I mean, what is Jackson from here? A few hours, 4 hours, 3 hours?
It's about only like 2 hours.
Oh, is it really? Wow.
Really
okay. All right.
Yeah. No, it's not too far away from home, which is nice. Which is really nice. Yeah. Which is different from when I was in juniors. I was more like 10, 15 hours away.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's different.
A little bit of a hike.
It was.
They get to watch you play quite a bit, I would assume, right?
They do. Yeah. They came up for the Bowling Green series this past year. They came up for the GLI. They come up sporadic. I mean, they do still have full-time jobs and all that stuff, but they'll still make time here and there. Definitely come see me, which is cool. So it's really
for
cool.
sure.
Yeah.
Do your siblings get to come when your parents come visit too, or?
They will sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes it will. Not all the time, obviously, but yeah, sometimes it will for sure.
All right, Beth. Let's get him another one of your classic difficult questions.
All right. What's one thing that someone wouldn't know just by looking at you?
Wouldn't know just by looking at me. You guys are giving me some thought.
I would have never known that he tried out or that he submitted an application for
Survivor. I never would have known that either. Yeah. You got to come up with something that you can't use that for your answer though.
No. Wouldn't know about me. Gosh.
No surprising, incredible dance moves or singing ability.
To be honest, I can't dance at all. I can't dance at all. I can't really sing. I can't really. I'm actually really good at basketball. I'm pretty good at basketball. I played in the summer, a couple of summers ago. I played in like a basketball tournament.
Really?
In Jackson, yeah. They like go all over. So I'm like decent at it. I'm not great at it, but I mean, I'm all right at it, I'd say.
For a full-time hockey player, you're a pretty darn good basketball player.
yeah. I'd say so.
That's fair.
I could see that. You're 6'3", 205, something like that, somewhere in there, 215.
Yeah, 215.
Okay, yeah. So you could be a good basketball player then. Yeah. Did you ever play basketball competitively in high school or?
Never. I really couldn't play much other sports. I tried to play football when I was younger, but. The coach told me if I missed any practices, I couldn't play in the games because of hockey and all that stuff. So I had to, I couldn't really play any other sport besides hockey
Right.
at the time.
So you were just focused on hockey from a super young age.
Super young age, yeah.
Did you kind of always know that was leading towards you eventually playing Division I hockey and then trying to pursue an NHL career?
Definitely. I think that like my U16 year of CompuWare really kind of shaped, because we had like one of the better teams in the country, and it kind of drove my thinking into saying like I could really do this like at the next level. Like I really want to do this, and it's something I really love to do. And I just continued with it, trying to get better every day. And, eventually like I just had it in my mind that I wanted to, come play Division I college hockey. So
was the decision to come to Ferris always relatively clear, or was that something that happened later on in life when you realized that you wanted to play here?
So I was actually committed to Western Michigan University for the first 3 years of my junior career. And then I ended up decommitting from them and coming to Ferris, and it was probably one of the best decisions I made for sure. I like a year at Ferris. I've done everything that not everything I wanted to do, but I've played myself into a role now that I think that I can continue going into next year, and I feel like that the more I continue to grow as a player, then the more success I'm going to have here as well. So, I'm happy with coming here to Ferris for sure.
Absolutely. All right, Beth, let's get in one more tough one before we wrap up.
Okay. I don't know if you're going to think this is hard or not, but I did ask Louis this last week. Not that you would know, but what is...
Thanks.
Sorry.
He doesn't watch the episodes for those of you wondering.
I tuned in and out. I watched some clips here and there,
What would you say is your best quality and what is your worst quality?
Oh, God. My best quality? What's my worst quality? I think my best quality is probably like I'd say I'm a pretty good listener. Like you said I'm quiet. I think I'm a pretty good listener. I can listen to people, give them feedback if they need it. And I'm pretty helpful, I'd say, in that way. My worst quality is probably have to say like probably going back to your thing. Probably like the quiet. Like I don't know. Like I feel like maybe I should talk more. Maybe I need to communicate more. I don't know.
That's a tough question to answer.
It's kind of a tough question. Tough. Yeah, but I feel like I could probably be more vocal in other areas of my life for sure. So
that's fair.
Have you always been like that from a young age, just really introverted?
Yeah, I'd say so. I've never been really like extrovert or whatever. I've never really been a high talkative person. I've kind of always kept myself for the most part. So yeah, I'd say so. All
right. Well, you don't watch the podcast, but the last question I ask every guy on the show is, what does it mean to you to be a Bulldog?
To me to be a Bulldog. To me, to be a Bulldog, it's hard work, grit, determination. You gotta show up every day ready to work. It's not gonna be easy. Everything's gonna be given to you. It's not gonna be given to you. Everything's gonna be work. You're gonna have to work for it. And I think that we're gonna have success in the future. I do believe that. So
that's the Bulldog way, though, that grit and determination. I feel like you as a hockey player really embodies that, because every shift that you are on the ice, it's like, holy cow, this guy just gives 110% every single time out there. So I like that answer a lot.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, Zach, thanks for being on the podcast with us. We had a great time.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks, everyone, for listening. Tune in next week for another episode of Off the Ice.
Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Off the Ice. You guys can catch the live release on Sunny 97.3 on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. or on Wednesdays it gets posted on Spotify and now YouTube. Make sure to follow all the socials to keep up on all things Bulldog hockey at Ferris State Hockey.